You know, they say there are several sides to a story, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have just articulated one side. I don't want to get into the details of the other side or other sides because it may appear as though I'm taking sides, and I don't want anyone to think that my administration is not empathetic to the poor and to the youth who are trying to make a living. What I will say here, though, is that we're a nation of laws, and
Yes, sir.
individuals should not think that they have a right, a God-given right, to squat on public lands, to
Okay.
set up shacks all around the country, and to literally undermine the beauty of the country. Having said that, what I can say definitively, and by the way, the statement that I made here just now is a generalized statement. I'm not attacking the young men. Let me make that abundantly clear. Having said that, though, what I know for sure, I have seen documentation and information to the effect that DCA has been in constant dialogue with those individuals. We would have warned them about expanding the facility. They were given a temporary approval to have a 10 by 10 facility.
Okay.
I'm told that they went and put down a permanent structure and continue to expand. And I have to tell you that certain reports were made about them. I'm not going to say anything over the air because one, I can't prove it, and two,
Understandable.
I can't say. Wait, man, I can't say I know it to be true. But all I'm saying here that they were residents in the area who made certain reports. I believe at least one resident made a particular report at the police station and the DCA. And I have to tell you, this does not involve the cabinet. We had no knowledge of it. I can tell you, not even the minister presided over this because there's always an assumption that when these actions are taken, that is some minister who gave instructions. That is not the case. DCA has the authority, the officials there, they have the authority to act independently. It is true as politicians from time to time that we will intervene and ask them to, give a person a break and so on. Because we're politicians, we try to
Be lenient
accommodate
with
as much
people.
as possible.
Yeah.
But in this particular case, this matter was not brought to our attention. DCA, based on the discussions that they would have held with these individuals, based on certain written warnings and certain instructions that were given, they took it, in their own judgment that there was a need to demolish this structure. It was ill-suited based on certain activities that were taking place. I will go. I'm not going to commit the cabinet here, but I don't know that these individuals were right with what they did. But yes, as you say, they're trying to make a living, and maybe a few of us can probably come together and maybe make a donation to them to help them to rebuild. But I want to make a point here, though, with individuals who believe they can just go and squat indiscriminately throughout the country. You don't have any such right, and you need to cooperate with DCA. When DCA gives you a warning, you don't continue to build. And what many of them do, when they're putting up the structure initially and DCA would have gone to them, from the time they get the first notice, they accelerate the construction or expand the building.
Yeah, you see that.
You need to push the limits and push and push and push. And I'm not saying that DCA cannot exercise some discretion. Don't get me wrong here. I just want us to have a balanced view of this issue. If not, we're going to end up with a whole heap of palletized structures and, structures that will make the country an eyesore.
Shanty way.
Shanty town.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Having said that, I am not saying this specifically that this is a case with those individuals, but what I do know, because I did inquire, we want to promote entrepreneurship. We've gone an extra mile to promote entrepreneurship. But I've been told certain things, as I said, the other side of the story, and I can't tell you that DCA was necessarily wrong. What those individuals need to do now is to try and rebuild quickly and to see how they can get assistance. And I wouldn't want to commit the cabinet at this point to assist, but maybe some of us individually can make contributions to help them to rebuild. But it's a lesson for those who feel that they have a God-given right to just squat and to set up all kind of shacks around the place.